I know what it feels like to stand across the mat from your opponent, mouth guard in place, heart pounding, muscles feeling a bit tense, and in your mind wrestling with the fact of whether you've done enough to prepare for that moment. I have been there, not only as a psychologist, but also as a fighter. I have seen how the mind can win or lose fights before you actually step forward to fight. Welcome to the channel. My name is Harun Gashiri, your resident sports psychologist. I have dedicated myself to helping athletes, especially fighters, to overcome mental roadblocks that hold them back. I have created this channel to give you the tools that you need to achieve peak athletic performance. If you're a fighter, coach, or just passionate about mental performance, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to talk about why fighters fail mentally. Let's get into it. So, ever wondered why some fighters crumble in that moment of truth? Like, a fighter can be very good in training, very confident, sharp, and very dominant in training. But in that moment of truth, during fight night, something does not click. They seem to freeze, they seem less confident, and they perform way below their skill level. Why does this happen? Very few fighters train their mind for success, whether it's on the mats or in the ring. And this makes the difference between elite fighters who fight at the top and those who do not. For instance, some fighters who are not world class do not fight at that level, despite the fact that they have remarkable physical abilities. Let us break down why mental failure happens before a fight, as we also get to look at what you can do to never be that fighter. Let's go. Anxiety is one of the top reasons why fighters underperform. Sometimes you find a fighter who has perfect technique in training becoming hesitant while competing. According to a study done in 2018 published in the Journal of Sports Science, pre-competition anxiety is linked with high levels of cortisol, which in turn leads to a reduction in fine motor coordination and decision-making speed. In high-stake moments, like when you're walking out under the light, a lot of crowd energy, a big crowd energy around you, adrenaline is pumping in your body. Your body perceives that as a survival threat. In response, the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis fires up, flooding the system with cortisol. This results in the suppression of the prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the brain involved in decision making, focus, and working memory. When this part of the brain goes offline, the amygdala, which is involved in fear and threat detection, takes over, or we can say hijacks the brain. And this results in the fighter being more reactive rather than strategic. So what this does is that it results in things like poor fight IQ, poor game plan recall, and tunnel vision. And the fighter may show hesitation even when openings show up, or the inability to adapt mid-round. The same also happens with the fine motor coordination, where blood flow is shifted away from fine motor muscles in your hands and fingers. So this allows you to have precise movement and is redirected towards the large muscle groups in your legs and core. So this is to prepare your body for the fight or flight response. All this results in slips in timing of the fighter, punches not landing as clean, and in a grappling situation, the transitions feel clumsy. So all that we have discussed is what we refer to as the pressure cooker effect. Confidence plays a huge role in the fight game. So when a fighter has shaky self-belief, the hormonal stress response only magnifies it. Cortisol has been shown to magnify doubt. Low confidence leads to a higher perception of a threat, and in the case of a fighter, the brain interprets the fight as more dangerous, and in response, the system releases more cortisol into the body. So what this does is that it creates a vicious cycle of cortisol overload, poor performance, confidence crash, and cortisol overload over again. This is what we call confidence gap, which is the gap between the actual skill level, which is often very high, and your perceived ability as a fighter in the heat of the moment. Another reason why fighters fail mentally is a preoccupation with the idea of letting others down, whether it's their coach, their family, or their gym in entirety. A fighter faces the mental battle of why they actually step up to fight. Is it to avoid failure, or is it to perform at their best and improve themselves? Research shows that motivation can be ego-oriented, where you as the fighter can fight for reasons such as money, reputation, and validation. Or it can be mastery oriented, where growth, passion, and personal standard are the most important things. External motivations often get a bad rap, but studies have shown that they can be framed positively to boost focus and arousal. They, however, should be secondary to avoid them being seen or perceived as pressure by the fighter. Having answered the question of why fighters fail mentally, the question of whether all these issues can be addressed begs to be answered. Can you train your mind to stay formidable in a fight? And the answer is yes. Just like you drill combinations, takedowns, grappling sequences, and fight strategies, you can drill your mind for success in the ring. Here are some strategies that I use as a sports psychologist to help fighters prepare, and you can also use them to prepare for your next fight. So they include box breathing exercises, which has been shown to calm stress and re-engage the prefrontal cortex, avoiding its suppression in a fight. The other can be visualization, which primes your brain to feel fight night as familiar. This is according to a study done in 2009 by Anderson. Others include journaling and cognitive reframing exercises. Now, in this video, we are focused on the reasons as to why fighters break mentally. In a separate video, we are going to be breaking down each of the mind training methods that we have outlined. So stick around because it's on this page that it all comes together. I would love to hear what your biggest mental hurdle has been, so feel free to share your thoughts in the comments down below, and I look forward to reading through all of them. Until next time, adios muchachos. Let's go.